Hey everybody, Serial Entrepreneur here again, and in this episode we're going to go into website development and design. This is one of the bigger issues a lot of people have because you get freaked out when it comes to anything about coding. Good thing for you guys is we're in an age where you do not have to know jack squat about coding. I do all the websites that you guys have seen for me, so my Rest of My Marketing, my digital marketing school website that you guys saw. You can go check out socks-apparel.com. That's my drop shipping company. All of those websites I built myself, and I have zero coding experience whatsoever. So you guys can definitely do this. You have to have a little bit of a base knowledge, and really it's not even a base knowledge. It's how to copy and paste. If you can copy and paste, you can code, I promise. So intro to website development and design. Basically, what is website design and development? It's more than just having a website built. You want to take a few things into consideration. So the actual design, the color of the website, the color schemes, the images used. Those things are going to be super important for web design. It's gonna have a look and feel that either appeals to your customer or it doesn't. So that's what you want to do. Make sure that the creative, which are the picture elements, video elements, make sure it relates to your website, to your feel, to the environment and character that your kind of website has. So to do that, just determine who is your website for. Is it for your end customers like moms and dads? Is it for business professionals? Is it for someone at a high-level executive business position? You just want to know who you're trying to market your actual website to. The next part is going to be navigation of the site, and you want this to be super easy. It needs to have an easy flow, and that's not only for your end user or your customer, but it's for SEO as well. So if your site has a bunch of links that lead to different pages and it's all just kind of jumbled and hard to follow, SEO ranking is going to drop there. And not to mention, it makes it to where customers aren't going to want to use your site as much. So if you have a high bounce rate, that's something you're going to want to look at. You don't want people jumping around on your page. That means they're either not enjoying the content or there's something wrong that they're not appealing to. So make sure that that's taken care of. You have a great website. It needs to be built deep for SEO, and that means basically link pages to related pages. So if you have at the top tier your home page, or not the home page, but we'll say a products page, and then in the products page you have a specific product, and then for that specific product you have a link that goes to a blog article that talks about, in depth, that specific type or set of products. Does that make sense? So you're building tiers and links that link to other pages outside of your website, maybe to a blog site that's yours. So that's one thing. And then call to actions, drive people to take action. That's another thing for your website. If you don't have call to actions, you're going to want to start looking at. If you don't have buy now, order now, shop now, those kinds of things, sign up here, those are things that need to be on a website. If you're trying to get email captures or, new email subscribers, that needs to be on the website. So take care of that there. On-site SEO, that's a huge thing. Is it properly set up? Do you have the right titles, meta tags, image descriptions, all of the stuff that we covered in SEO for on-site? What is needed for successful design and development? Basically, a couple things: the right domain name and host. So the domain name needs to be related to your business. It doesn't have to be so niche specific that it's like carsalesman.com. What do? You're a car salesman. Duh. It doesn't have to be that specific, but you do want it to be relatable to your industry, if possible. Like there are some brands like Uber. Uber has no relation, at least the word itself, to taxi. It's actually a German word, I believe, that translates to under the bridge or over the bridge, something like that. So, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the industry or what they're trying to sell, but it has a strong name now. That's a little different. But if you're talking like a smaller end company that sells pizza and it's like Mama's Pizza, try to go for mamaspizza.com or just pizzeria local area, so pizzeriageorgia.com, something like that. You don't want to go too crazy and make it relatable so it's good for SEO. So, and then the right server. So if you expect that website is going to have a ton of traffic, you don't want to go with a server that isn't going to be able to handle or manage that traffic coming in, or that it shuts down or has a lot of downtime. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Next, again, the color scheme and the font style. It needs to be, so if you have, for example, my transmission business, or not my business, but the one that I'm marketing for, that's a very kind of manly type of business, more straight edge. So you wouldn't use a bunch of bubbly fonts. Does that make sense? Bubbly is more girly, kind of playful. So you want to keep that in mind when you're actually planning out the look of the site. And actually, that's what I use my designer and my developers for. They come up with that stuff for me. That's what they're professionals at. I tell them what I need it to look like, and they then take it and build it into a site that I can use. So that's what I do for my clients. When it comes to their sites, I use a developer because I want the best of the best, and I want SEO to be perfect. And I know that they can take care of that on every level, from the on-site development to off-site going to backlinks. Again, media quality, so just the image and video, it needs to be quality image and video. The file name needs to be correct or relatable. I've said this before. Branding, so use logos, use product images, product video, brand video. All of that needs to be on your website to show who you are and to get that stuck in the minds of your potential buyers. So functionality, there shouldn't be any broken links or error pages. The site needs to be secure and adequate for your business needs. So if it's a banking site, God, those are a pain in the ass, but banking sites have a terminal up front that is an extra layer of security for you to log in, where most business websites don't have that. And those are expensive. So if you're looking into a website like that, if you're looking into working with banks, know that there are a lot of regulations behind it, and it can be quite expensive. So it's cool because you get a lot higher dollar value off of a banking website, but it's still a lot of headache and a lot of things you need to look at. So just be aware, if you don't know what you're doing with a website, or if you're in an industry that's already kind of fragile, like insurance or financial advisement, stuff like that, get a professional involved who knows what they should be looking for. Call to actions, again, did I already set that? No, I didn't. Okay, so call to actions, like you can see right here, the subscribe, form fill right here. You can do a call now if you're looking to get people to call in and set up appointments. So really it just depends on what you're trying to do, what the objective of the website is. But one thing I will say is don't set up 50 call to actions on your website. That's a little overkill. You're giving them too much to do. Set up 1 or 2 on your website, and that's really all you need. Blog content is great. Blog content is perfect for distributing and building SEO. Just make sure you're active, you're posting regularly, and that it's relevant. Responsive design, again, make sure it works well with mobile. Make sure your social accounts are present, so there should be links somewhere at the top or bottom of your page that allow them to go to your social page. One thing you want to know, and this is my web developer will tell you this when he gets on here, but you don't want to actually worry too much about, you want the links to be there, but it's not a main focus. And the reason why is because the website is usually the end all of a user search. So if I'm looking and I end up at the website, that's where I want them to be, because that's the money site. That's where they purchase something. I don't want them to go to my website and then leave my website to go to my social media pages, because that's not where they're typically going to purchase. So once I get them to the website, I want them to stay there. It's not a big deal. You just want the social icons to be present in case they do decide that they want to do some more research. Make sure that all important info is above the fold. So we'll go to my website and figure out what is above the fold. What does that mean? A lot of people ask this question. So you see how my site just loaded? And as I start to scroll down, everything that is below this part right here where I have to scroll down is considered below the fold. Everything that is above the fold. You want the most important information to be above the fold, because this is the first thing that people are going to see when they come to your site. So if you have a cool promotion or something like that running, make sure it's at the very top of the page. That's really all you need to know there. Reviews and testimonials you can try. So you can see right here on mine, I have a review of a customer. What she said, that's very important. Think of that almost as a referral, because that's very similar to a referral or a modernized referral. And then you have your site data and tracking on Google Analytics. So you can easily set that up, and we'll show you guys how to set that up for a business. But you can see right here how many page views I'm getting on, I believe this is set to a daily, no, this is for a monthly basis. This has to be, there's no way I got 1,600 page views today. That would be cool. But so what we're looking at here is a week or a day time period. This is obviously more, I'm guessing, for a month. Let me see if I can figure that out. No, it doesn't say anything, but I'm guessing that's for a month, because that is a lot of content. It might be for a week. Who knows? I could be getting that much. I don't check this too much right now. Again, I'm more about my clients than my own advertising stuff. So you can use this for tracking. As you can see up here, about 85% of my audience is in the US. 46 people, so a total of about 6% is in Great Britain or the UK. You know, it just kind of shows you where your audience is coming from, who you can relate with most. Obviously, I have more Americans who watch my content. And it's because I'm in America, so that kind of makes sense. So that's pretty much it for that part. Just make sure you have Google Analytics set up. This is great. We'll go more into Google Analytics in another video for sure. Trust me, there's a lot you need to know. And it's great for tracking and just making sure you're doing everything and optimizing it for the most effectiveness and for the best ROI. So pieces to website design, you can look at developer platforms, and this is what really makes it all easy now, because you have platforms like Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, Shopify, WordPress, Teachable. All of these are websites where it's templated building, so you don't have to know individual code or code setup to make it work. I built my website on Squarespace. I personally like Squarespace, and I believe Weebly would probably be my second from these types. These are a little different from these bottom three right here. So this is just general website building, and we'll do a practice or an example of building a website. It's not very hard, especially just to get the basics covered. Shopify, great for e-commerce. If you're not familiar with that, I highly recommend it. Best website out there for e-commerce by far. It integrates with a lot of cool apps, and I'll go into some of the apps here in a second. WordPress is a little bit more for people who have a little bit more advanced skills in web development. There is more coding that is involved with WordPress, so you guys just be aware of that. And then Teachable, that's actually how you signed up for this course. You can set up courses on there. It's templated, super easy to figure out and set up. So just do some playing around. If you want to get into a website like this, or into a business like this where you're teaching people how to do something, look at that. Super easy to use. If you're trying to start a drop shipping company or an e-commerce company, definitely take a look at Shopify. And we'll go more into drop shipping and that kind of stuff a little later. So domain hosts, I just put a little article here for you guys. You can look at some of the best ones. Obviously, GoDaddy's the most common one. It's not necessarily the best one to use all the time, so just do some research. Make sure it's the one that lines up perfectly for your business. And then again, we'll just look at some APIs and integration. So we just went over Google Analytics. That's a key one. ActiveCampaign or MailChimp, so your email marketing platform. You can see right here on this image, this is what actually pops up when a new user comes to my Socks site, and it asks them basically to join our subscriber list or our emailing list. So you can see right here, that's just an API that I integrated with my website to make it happen to when a new customer comes there, they but they're given the option to sign up for my email marketing. So that's a really cool feature, and you want those implemented for your email marketing. So the last few ones are, if you want to go a little further into web development, the third one's going to be Oberlo, which is a great app to integrate with your Shopify store. And it actually will take all of the products. So if you're doing a drop shipping company and you're using AliExpress to import your products, you could actually take Oberlo and quickly figure out all the products you want to take and put on your store, select them all out, edit all the descriptions, get everything right about your product, the pricing, all of that, and then instantly import it over to your store to where you only have to do minimal edits. So when we do a Shopify store setup, we'll go more into that, and you'll see how I kind of set that up. It's really, really easy. When you see how easy it is to set one of these up, you'll wonder, because I did the same thing, I wondered how come I haven't been in drop shipping for forever. So that's why I'm doing that test store that you guys have seen. I'm kind of getting some information, figuring out what I need to do to provide the best result. And the last thing that I kind of want to go over for this episode is going to be Braintree payments. And that's if you're asking or asked to set up a terminal to accept payments. And the reason I recommend Braintree payments is because it's a software or a platform developed by PayPal, so you know it's going to be secure when it comes to payment processing. They are the company that's actually developed it. And all it is a gateway. So I'm not going to go into too much information here. You guys really won't use Braintree too much. I use it for the app that I'm developing. It's my payment gateway at the very beginning, so they can sign up and enter in all their information. And so that way we're able to store their credit card information without it being hacked or anything like that. So just know, again, it's not a huge platform that you're going to need to worry about, but it is important in case you have to develop a customized payment gateway for a customer. So web development, again, don't be super freaked out. We're going to get more into this as we start getting into the meat of the subjects. But what I would recommend, go to Wix, go to Squarespace, go to Weebly, find out which one you like best, and create a free or a dummy account and start developing, because it's free. You don't pay, and you can actually create a site and upload it without paying a single dime. You can use their website URL. You don't have to pay for a URL or anything. Now, obviously, I don't recommend that, but what I'm saying is you can go in there and try out things, figure out how to set up images to where it's going to be the proper sizing, figure out all the little tools and apps that go along with, Wix or Weebly to make a website like this. Like, look at this website. I built this myself. I have no development experience whatsoever, but I can go through here and build a site that looks. I get so many compliments on this site from people, and they're like, "It looks great," and I'm like, "To me, it looks like crap." But that's just because I have a very fine eye for marketing now. But this stuff right here, just for the average viewer, it's going to be amazing to them. So this is all you really need to do to set it up. You can see right here everything that a basic website is going to have. I have right here all the contact information. We got cool little maps. We've got a contact us form where they can fill out and get in contact with us. We have our blog that's a part of it. All of this information is right here, and it's super easy to do. Do not overcomplicate it. And just again, we're going to go into more information about it. I'm going to show you how to actually set it up yourself. So don't freak out if you're kind of freaking out on the inside right now. It's okay. We're going to get to that. All right. So as always, what do you need to do? I think you know by now. I've said it plenty of times. Look through the document, go over it again, watch the video again, make sure you understand everything, play around with some of the tools and features that I provided in these documents. They're going to be helpful, I promise. That's why I'm including them. So put in the time, put in the effort, put in that extra research outside of this, watch some YouTube videos, go to Google, do some searches, find some content that's going to be helpful for you. I recommend looking into content that's based around strategy. So look up stuff like, for example, a good search would be best website strategy or best website marketing strategy for 2017 or 2016 even, since we're not even halfway through 2017 yet. So keep all that information in mind, but that's it for this video. I'm hoping that you guys are getting a lot of information out of this. I'm pretty sure you are, because I know what it feels like to be in that spot that you guys are in right now. So watch it again. And if you guys have any comments or questions, please reach out to me in some form or fashion. But for now, I'm going to close up on this video, and I hope to see you, or I can't wait to see you in the next video series. So again, Serial Entrepreneur out.